Hi. My last video on ChatGPT and education just blew up. I have well in excess of 5 views so far. So with that unprecedented popularity, I figured I'd make another video. And what I want to do is I want to show teachers how to use this in course planning and lesson planning and creating materials, how to make your life so much easier. Um, so first thing I want to do is I want to show you how fast it creates materials, because I've done all this. I've got this big dialogue where I created most of the materials that I'm going to be talking about today. But I wanted to show one dynamic request where I say create a lesson plan for high school physics about standing waves in closed tubes. And I hit return. It says, there we go. Let me scroll back here because it's so fast. Lesson plan, objective, materials, introduction, activity 1, activity 2. It tells how much time, what the underlying concepts are. It really does a very, very nice job. And a conclusion. As a wrap up, here's some reflection questions. Here's some assessments. To assess student understanding, assign a problem set. I could say create that problem set. I could have a rubric for this. So there are a lot of things that I haven't done, but I'm hoping this will show just how you can go from nothing to a lot very, very quickly. So let me go way, 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 way back up to the top. And what I did is I said, okay, I'm a physics teacher. I don't think that many people are interested in seeing what the physics teacher says. How does this apply to me? So more general liberal arts. I said, create a curriculum for AP US history. Maybe you're a first-time teacher and you just don't have the materials to start with. Well, here's a possible curriculum. Now remember, this is ChatGPT. This is artificial intelligence. You are the teacher. You are the adult in the room. So you need to be in the loop. You're going to review this. You're not going to just go, here, kids, here's this thing I found on the internet. You're going to review it, and you're going to use this for creating ideas, for deciding what to keep, what to add. It's probably not going to be a finished document for you. So something to start with, very important. I would have given my left arm to be able to have this my first year of teaching. I had to create so much material just from scratch. So here we go. Now I've got a curriculum for the year. Well, let's break it down a little bit. Let's just say right now I want to do the Second Great Awakening, because that's something I am not familiar with. So I thought that might be interesting to see what it would produce. And so I said, create a unit plan for the Second Great Awakening. Here's a possible unit plan. Unit overview, title, overview, objectives. Lesson 1 with the bullet points of what's covered there, objective for lesson 2 and the bullet points, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5. And once again, I could go into every one of those and ask for much more detail on any of these items. I could ask for supporting documents and references, but I did not. Okay, for lesson 2 though, I said create a detailed lesson plan. So if I'm a teacher, if I got to get this to a substitute, this is great. Objective. Students will be able to analyze, etc. What materials will they need? Primary source documents, and they gave some examples. You could drill down even more, say what are some other good primary source documents. Introduction, some brainstorming, lecture and discussion. They give timing for how much of each of these it will take. Conclusion, some questions to ask. An assessment. And once again, down here, I could say, give me a multiple choice assessment of lesson 2 with a rubric. Give me some free response questions with rubrics for grading. And then I said, create a vocabulary list for this lesson. Vocabulary list for this lesson with definitions and Spanish translations. I could have said, provide materials in this level of reading, this reading level. There are all sorts of things. Another thing I have not done that you could do, you could say, give me a range of activities for different abilities. And that allows for differentiation right off the bat. So here is my vocabulary list translated into Spanish. Then I said, create a text for a PowerPoint presentation for lesson 2 and include slides outlining the activities. I'm going to come back to this, but it did say create text that I could put into a PowerPoint, the title slide, slide 2 with bullet points, etc. I'm going to show you at the end how to put this into a PowerPoint, how to create this so it's not just copy, paste, and reformat the bullets and all that business. I'll show you a fairly quick way to do it, but I want to put that at the end because it's a little more technical. Okay, so it has all these things, vocabulary, additional resources, and I said, can you regenerate the slides without the slide number? And also for additional resources, you see this slide 9, I don't want that in there. For additional resources, can you please provide links to useful resources in proper bibliographical format? That's useful. So sure, here they are without slide numbers. You lie. The slide numbers are still there. So that's something it didn't do. If I really cared, I would say, oh wait, I still see the slide numbers in there, and it might regenerate correctly the second time. So there are problems. You have to interact with it. You really have to hold it to account. But you are able to ask questions, make comments, refer to earlier responses. It's actually extremely powerful and extremely flexible. Okay, so I came down here, and there are the bibliographic formats, so that was really nice. Now, another warning that I'm going to give you is ChatGPT is trained on information from 2 years and more ago. It's unbelievably good at that, but current web is not in its data. It doesn't really know what current events in the last 2 years. So timeliness is an issue. Okay, you need to check if you're going to be talking about really current events. That might be an issue. Another thing is it's probably referring to links that existed on the web 2 years ago. If I click these, let me real quick, let's just see what happens. Oh, sorry, can't find what you're looking for. So there's really an awful lot of dead links that you'll find. In fact, what I did is I also said, let me see where I found it. There it is. I said, for the links in for the slides, provide links to images that could illustrate each slide. Not a single one existed. Now, it was all from the same site, Shutterstock. And then I said, try a different site. And it couldn't find any of those files. And the same sort of thing happened. So there are absolute limitations. It's not going to do every little bit of material for you, but it's a good, I think, excellent starting point for creating curriculum, lesson plans, worksheets, quizzes, tests. Math teachers and science teachers, I'll tell you, it's not great with numbers. It's excellent at putting together. I had it create a set of problems for my AP class that had to do with potential energy of falling water. Great questions. And I said, make up an answer sheet. And all the numbers appeared to be wrong. So you are going to have to check it. You're still the teacher. You're still in the loop here. But this saves you so much of the heavy lifting on the drudge work, on the repetitive stuff, on the things where you're just going to be searching the web. This does it for you. So I strongly encourage you to use it. And I'm going to give my ending here, even though I'm going to continue on and show how to make that PowerPoint. And my ending is, the next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about how students could use this and how you can use this in your classes with students to make them better researchers and better learners. Obviously, they can use it for cheating. That's not going to go away. However, we can contain that, and it's a phenomenal resource for learning new material. So I think this is something we really need to help structure for the students to help them learn to use it responsibly, because this is the world they're going to be going into. This is where they're going to be competing. They're going to be competing against people who know how to use this well. They need to be the people who know how to use this well. So I'll see you in the next video. If you stick around, we will now look at how to put those slides into PowerPoint. So let me find those slides. Here we go. Right here. I'm just going to select some of them, because I just want to show you how it's done. I'm just going to select the first three slides, and I'm going to copy and paste that. So Control C, and I'm going to open up Word, and I'm going to file new document, and you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to say View as Outline. So you want the outline view. Let me drag that over a little bit, and I'm going to paste this in here. Hopefully, there it is. And there we are. Whoop, looks like I didn't select it and copy it correctly. It's giving me everything in the world. So let me undo that. Go back. Go back to ChatGPT. I thought I did Control C. And then Word. Control V. There we go. There's the slides. It actually selected everything in the world. So I'm going to get rid of most of that. I just care about those. I'm just going to do the first 3 slides. So let me just copy everything down, or delete everything else that's down there. Copied the whole conversation. Sorry about that. So I guess a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm glad I left. Okay, so there are the slides. Now, they're there, but they're not in the right format that you need to put it into PowerPoint. So you copy the slides and select them, copy them in here. Then you have to tell it what the hierarchy is. In other words, these are all not body text, they're level 1. So slide 1 and 2, level 1. Slide 3, level 1. In other words, these are going to be basically the titles. So I select level 1, there we go. I still have to do this also. These pieces are level 2, the bullet points. So I do that, I highlight that. I can hit Command and then highlight the other ones. And then again, what I'm going to do is click here and I'm going to select level 2. You can't see it because it went off the top of the screen. Now I'm good. So I can save this. What I'll do is close outline view. And there it is. And what I'm going to do is save it, but not as a Word document or a normal Word document. I am going to save as, can't see me there, but I'm going to save it as RTF, rich text format. That's what PowerPoint can read. And I'll just save PowerPoint 2 because I have another one. And I hit that, and then I close it because you have to close it before you import to PowerPoint. Now PowerPoint, what I want to do, I'm going to do a File, New Presentation, and then I'll resize this so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I want to insert the slides, but I want to do it in a really clever way. Don't want to brag. New Slides, and you come down here, Outline. And then I'll select that rich text format file and hit Enter. And there it is. I don't know why it gave me this extra slide there, but slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. That's kind of bare bones. You can add pictures, of course, but additionally, if I have it here, it's not showing it, but you can do Designer over here. It'll generate ideas. Maybe it's that one for the first one. I don't know why you'd pick that, maybe this one. So you can select from all these different formats and it'll make it look nice very quickly. Okay, now if I'm doing this, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to pick a color theme and I'm going to pick some pictures, some images off the internet that illustrate these different points. But once again, I could have made this knowing nothing about the Great Awakening, Second Great Awakening. I could have done this in 10 minutes and had a lesson plan and a set of slides ready to go. So I hope this is useful, and next time I'll talk about how to use this with students.